Hello everyone, I'm Extra Cheesy 87 and this is Let's Play Trails of Cold Steel 2 part 114. In the previous video we did our two important main side quests. We raced Angelica and then we battled Patrick and then we battled Ferris and then we battled the principal and that was it. It just took a long time, way longer than I thought it would. Go and inspect the old schoolhouse will cause the main story to advance. As a result, also the old schoolhouse is haunted. What? The schoolhouse is haunted. As a result, all unfinished quests will disappear. Whoa, wait, yeah, we should turn in our quests. Never mind. Walk away. Now, we already have the max student reward, so we don't really need to turn these in, but I'll do it just to do it.
Wow, that must have been tough.
Thanks so much for helping with my work. It's a really big weight off my tiny shoulders. Okay. Alright, back to the old schoolhouse.
Strange. I can't sense anything abnormal. Valimar said he sensed movement in the earth veins below us, but...
Aha, there you are.
What are you doing here?
Toval?
Best buddy in Pouts, Oval?
Long time no see.
Yeah, tell me about it. What brings you here? You need me for something?
Nah, nothing like that. I'm just in Trista for work I need Sarah and Mick for, you see. I figured while I was here, I might as well come and see how things have been with you. Then I saw you walking off over here, and it seemed like the perfect time to catch up and say hey, so, you know, here I am.
Toval, come to the true final dungeon with me.
This is that old building Valimar used to be sealed away in, huh?
Let's go explore it together, buddy.
Sarah's the one who told me all about it, but she wasn't lying about how creepy it is. It's got this real weird air about it. Why are you hanging around here?
Well, I thought there was, Actually, it looks like it was just my imagination, so don't worry about it.
Okay?
Still, by the sound of it, the guild's been keeping you busy lately. Has your workload lightened up at all?
It's relatively peaceful right now, yeah. It won't last, though. If anything, it's only going to get worse.
I'm sure.
Thanks to Crossbell being annexed before a full-on war could break out, things have on the surface calmed down. That's partly thanks to you, too. The only problem is, now there's no power out there at home or abroad capable of stopping him. And by him, I mean our friend the Blood and Iron Chancellor, of course.
Only though someone with a large and powerful mech who could go beat him up.
What's up?
I mean, I guess okay, so Toval doesn't know.
It's nothing. The only people who know the truth about me and him are the ones who were there that day.
I didn't necessarily know. I mean, I don't think Sarah would have probably told that unprompted, but...
Still, I wouldn't be surprised if Prince Olivert and Viscount Arcade have worked it out already. How much should I tell him?
Don't worry, Reen.
About what?
Sarah's told me no more about what went down in that castle than she feels I need to know.
That's kind of what I figured.
I'm not privy to any details involving your friend's death or your private business. I can't pretend I haven't managed to fill in a few gaps just from putting two and two together, though.
Sorry. It's not like I don't trust you or anything.
How I feel anytime I get comments that reference the future games.
I've just got a lot of things I need to sort out in my own head first.
Oh, I don't doubt it. I'm guessing time will help in that regard, but it'll only go so far. Hey, Reen. I know I've asked you this before, but you sure you wouldn't consider becoming a bracer?
It'd be a hell of a lot better than going over to Crossbell and fighting people. At the very least, you could, like, fight for good, mostly.
I really do think you'd be a natural. That you've got the physical strength goes without saying, but I think your mindset is right up our alley, too. The guild might be kinda limited in what it can do here in Erebonia, but we do work all over the continent. I'm not saying leave everything behind and run, but it'd be a good chance to look within yourself and think things through.
That is true. But I'm afraid I'll have to decline.
I mean, being a bracer seems to make way more sense for Reen's character than being a soldier.
It certainly seems to be a wonderful profession, judging by the work that you and Instructor Sarah do. But I feel like I should see the path I've chosen through to the end. I've got Valimar to think about too.
Well, if that's what you want.
Okay, Reen, I don't necessarily disagree with you, but what does your path to the end mean?
That's a real shame, though. Here was me thinking I'd be able to bring a promising rookie into the fold, too. No big. We'll see if you change your mind come graduation. I'm not giving up on you just yet.
Unless that's just all he meant, which I mean, I kind of thought that was a given that you would finish school first.
Well, I'm flattered.
Oh, there he is.
Huh. Now there's a familiar voice.
Elise, Your Highness!
Wow. What did we do to deserve this honor?
Flee to the old schoolhouse, Reen. It's the only place you're safe.
Reen, Toval, it's wonderful to see you both again. I must say, I wasn't expecting to find the two of you here, alone.
Weirdo.
Moving right past that, what brings you out here?
Well, when I spoke to you yesterday, you sounded a little despondent.
Didn't you sounded despondent?
Which is what prompted me to tell her if she was that worried, she should come and pay you a visit.
I can see why Elise would come here, but I'm surprised you decided to accompany her.
You've got to be two of the most fearless young ladies in Erebonia.
All they did was take the train, dude.
Although with the third most fearless young lady in Erebonia as an escort, I'm sure you've got nothing to worry about.
I'm honored you would say so. It's good to see you again, Toval.
Likewise. We're not exactly on the same side these days, but there's no need to let that stop us from being friendly off the clock.
I'd like nothing more, honestly. Oh, I assure you my accompanying them was purely by coincidence.
Yeah, okay, don't care, didn't ask, plus you're in a cult, goodbye.
Oh, I know. If anything, I'm the one who's putting you out. I seem to be the reason they came here, after all.
I never once thought you were putting me out, so don't worry. I did wonder whether it might be best to stay out of your sight, truth be told.
Please, don't think like that. I was the one at fault, not you.
Oh, no, wrong, incorrect. I mean, you're both kind of at fault. Well, I mean, it's not really Claire's fault. She's in a cult, but I do also think she should have enough world experience by this point to realize that Osborne no bueno. Because, you know, she had like basically several months without his influence at all.
I really am sorry, though. I was being so childish.
Not at all. If I hadn't been so self-righteous, I'm truly sorry.
It looks like another formidable foe has entered the fray.
Uh-huh.
Your Highness, please!
Reen, I swear, you're a damn magnet for trouble when it comes to women.
Well, this sure is an odd place for everyone to be hanging out in the middle of the day.
I mean, just let the whole gang come out at this point.
Oh, hey, Celine.
Celine! Ooh! Oh, how I've longed to pet that glossy black fur again! You're never going to give this up, are you? I thought something felt odd over here, but I guess that's because of you guys.
Man, Celine, I never really noticed before. Celine's tail is long as fuck. Holy shit.
Ooh,
It's like
I totally forgot until you said that.
twice her body length, almost.
Forgot what?
Is something wrong?
Oh yeah, you did say you were here for some reason.
Yeah, I sensed something strange earlier, then...
Huh?
You know, if Osborn wanted to do like good for the world, he would just ban all bells. He would use his political power to make sure all bells throughout the entire continent are destroyed, because they never lead to good things.
How?
Is that the old schoolhouse's bell?
Wait, didn't Sarah say that the last time this rang...
Didn't we already use this plot point?
What's happening? The building is glowing?
Celine, this is just like before.
Yeah, this is obviously serious. Unlike the last time, however, there doesn't appear to be any kind of barrier around it.
Probably too afraid of Lloyd.
What in the
Marcus.
world?
That's so good.
It's just like the first night of the festival.
Oh god, I love it.
Reen, what's happening here? Wait, Elise? Your Highness? Whoa! Claire and Toval are here too?
What's going on here?
Do my eyes deceive me? Are all 3 of the fabulous 15s here in one place?
Way to keep your priorities in check, Angie.
What's happening here, Celine?
Don't ask me, I just got here. Reen, can you tell us everything you know?
I think we all need to be apprised of the situation.
Reen explained what he knew, that he didn't but he didn't understand the situation much better than they did. With no barriers surrounding the school like last time, they finally decided to enter the old schoolhouse. Okay, so it looks like we are gonna get the adult characters back, maybe? Which is kind of nifty. As soon as Claire showed up, I was like, I bet that's what they're going for. I mean, I had hope when Toval showed up, but, you know, Claire showing up basically assured it. Reverie Corridor. Now, Reverie was also the name of the big monster from the end of Trails in the Sky.
Here?
The big mech was like called the Reverie Machine.
This doesn't look anything like the inside of the old schoolhouse.
It's changed form many times in the past, but at this point it no longer even feels like we're inside a building.
The strange rumors about this place were around even when I was a student, but I never pictured anything like this.
When was the last time it changed?
A while ago. The last time anything this extreme happened was when the 7th floor opened up.
Still, that was underground, right? This is the first time it's happened above ground, I think.
Yeah. There's no sign of that door with the elevator inside either.
It's like all someone did was snap their fingers and the whole interior was changed in no time flat.
I tried, but even my clairvoyance isn't enough to tell us anything.
Nothing feels particularly off to me either. Hmm? Well, if you two can't work anything out, the rest of us sure won't.
But we can't exactly just leave and pretend we didn't see anything.
Yeah, we just can't pretend we're not seeing something.
Oh,
Gonna try and see if Valimar knows anything?
Yeah.
Does he have to put his hand like that to talk to Valimar?
Heed my call.
Valimar, the Ashen Knight!
You don't really have to yell, he can hear you just fine.
goodness.
You know how to do spatial translocation with him?
Valimar, do you understand anything about the situation we're in?
We witches only know half the secrets concerning the Divine Knights.
But you're one yourself. Maybe you know something?
My memories have yet to fully return. What I can confirm is that this place was created by the gnomes.
Moving on.
Gnomes? Weren't they also responsible for building the spirit shrines we visited?
Indeed. They're said to have worked with the Hexen
Yeah,
Clan's
they have
ancestors
mentioned gnomes
1200
before, so
years
it's
ago
not...
in order to accomplish something.
It's not like they just brought that up out of nowhere, but...
That is correct. Some of their finest technology is gathered in this place. The creation of a large-scale phase space. The expansion of flexible materials.
So are the gnomes just supposed to be the Zemurians? Is that what they're going for here, based on the 12,000 years of the ancient technology?
As well as the development of the trial system.
Or did the gnomes also work with the Zemurians?
Like the trial all of us overcame earlier this year?
And presumably the same ones Dreikel's the Lionheart and the Lance Maiden overcame before us.
It must be. Crow was supposed to have overcome one under Ordis, too. Tell us everything that you know, Valimar. Why did the gnomes make a place like this to begin with? Why seal away the Divine Knights and make us overcome trials to obtain them?
Because the great evil. Haven't you been paying attention?
What's happening here right now?
I have lost the knowledge with which to answer your questions. However, the key to all is known as the Great One, the first to be born, and the last to stand.
The Great One, huh?
Wayne Gretzky.
The first to be born, and the last to stand.
I feel as though I've heard those words before.
I'm sure it would mean something to Vita and the Elder, but I'm clueless.
Furthermore, the entity you fought during the Jetlock trial you overcame is none other than the shadow of the Great One.
Okay, kinda figured.
That huge thing? I feel like something's clicking into place in my head, but not really.
Still, if what happened here before was a trial for us to overcome, is what's happening now a trial as well?
Most likely so. However, this is not an official trial you were intended to complete. I suspect some disturbance triggered the activation of a different trial, resulting in the current turn of events.
Let me get this straight. This is all related to the truth behind what happened 1200 years ago, right?
We've gotten ourselves wrapped up in something that's truly out of this world, haven't we? Wait, you aren't all thinking of...
Sorry, I can't hear you. Too busy going to the dungeon. Bye.
You're gonna try and get to the bottom of this, aren't you?
Yes. It might sound strange, but this almost feels like a continuation of the first night of the festival.
And by coincidence, this also happens to be our final free day.
I think we can all agree that we have a duty to see this through.
We'll be sure to do so by the end of the day.
Yeah, Magius. Yeah.
I doubt it will compare to the trials we faced in that infernal castle, but it should prove interesting nonetheless.
Like there was even a point in asking, Sarah.
I do believe we should be acting with a little more caution. Where do you begin preparing for a situation like this?
Well, if you all insist. But we're coming too.
You will? That would be a huge help.
Buddy Toval.
It would certainly make our investigation easier if you were with us.
Oh no. If they're bringing back all the adult characters, does that mean... No. No!
You guys rock. Yeah, you're all super strong!
Don't bring that evil on me.
In that case, I would be more than willing to assist you as well.
Ah! It's probably her fault we're here in the first place.
Sharon? How long have you...
Can you maybe stop doing the thing with the skulking around in the shadows and popping out at the last minute?
Oh, Lady Sarah, I did nothing of the sort. I only arrived mere moments ago. Why are all of you always like this? Right. Okay. This time, I'll be coming with you all to make sure you don't push yourselves too hard.
Okay, that's good. I still need to see your S-Craft.
But...
This is our final free day too, you know. We want to make it one to remember as much as anyone else.
I'll stay here and back you guys up. If you need anything, just say the word.
Thanks. We appreciate it.
Well, if everyone else is joining in on the fun...
Yeah, sure. I mean... We've already seen Elisa's S-Craft. I don't remember if you had one.
The two of us would like to assist you as well.
What?
Your Highness, I'm not sure.
Please don't try and stop me, Captain. This academy was founded by one of my ancestors. And as a member of the Arner family, I hardly feel that I can turn a blind eye to what is happening here. And besides, I just so happened to receive this wonderful gift from my brother.
That looks like an orbital staff? Though it's a different size than the ones we use.
Yeah, it is a lot tinier.
Hold on a minute. Isn't that the Epstein Foundation's latest model?
The Epstein Foundations.
The benefits of being rich.
Weren't their staves the original model for the ones we've been testing here?
My brother used his connections to get it for me, and it's been adjusted especially for me, so I have no problems using it.
A member of the Arner family using a specially adjusted orbital staff should be quite formidable.
Yeah, I can see her being a real force to be reckoned with using it. Naturally, if Her Highness is going, I will be accompanying her. And I'm afraid that nothing you say is going to change my mind.
But what if I were to say I'm just not going to use you?
You're fighting a losing battle, Reem.
So are we gonna like expand to like have like 8 characters at once at least? And maybe use, I don't know, 10% of the available people?
If you're so worried about her, why not take her along so you can keep an eye on her instead?
Elliot, shut up. Also, Elliot, do you want to date our sister?
Alright, I get it. Class 7, and everyone else kind enough to aid us? Our mission is to investigate and resolve the strange situation here. This is our Class 7's final trial. So let's give it everything we've got.
He said the phrase, dude. Almost made me forget for a second I'm mad at Reen. I mean... You know, it's gotta happen. I mean, I want to use Toe at least for a little bit. They'll probably be more on the support side, and then you bring the 2 heavy hitters in case you need them. Okay. About the Reverie Corridor. The inside of the old schoolhouse has been transformed into an area called the Reverie Corridor. This area has no fixed structure and changes its layout completely every time you enter the dungeon from outside. Every time monsters revive and treasure chests are reset, allowing you to conquer it as many times as you so desire. You can reorganize the party by talking to any of the members at the base of the corridor. Oh. It was like a dungeon crawler. That's actually really cool. At the same time, that means we're not beating the game today. After reaching certain points, you'll be able to warp back to this base area. Okay, you can use temporarily overdrive no matter who they're linked with. And you get 3 times as much link. I mean, this is actually kind of nifty. The enemies in this area are significantly stronger than those in the final chapter once you approach with due caution. Specifics of enemies fall will be recorded in the EX Reverie Corridor section of your notebook. Okay. Now, honestly, it being maybe a bit longer is actually probably for the best, because I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to record this game anytime soon for the next, like, at least, like, 5 or 6 days. Maybe, like, an hour here or there, but, that will let me feel better about, like, not being, like, 30 minutes away from ending the game. However, I fully expect you will need to overcome this trial to obtain the answers you seek. I shall fight with the utmost of my abilities. It's one honor to fight by your side. It appears to be some sort of unusual device. Oh, so many dang people. I intend to offer you my utmost support as your dormitory's caretaker. Should you wish, my wires will cleave through anyone that stands in your path. Merely say the word, and I will be by your side in the blink of an eye. No. I guess this kind of makes for a bonus supplementary lesson before you move on to the next phase of your lives. Guess it's a good chance to see if I still got the magic touch before I head back to the guild too. Got the perfect opportunity to put everything we've learned this last year to the test, so let's make it count. You guys like start at least stuff have quit. So why do you have the most garbage thing equipped? You don't even start with anything? I mean, I'm just kind of like equipping random stuff for now. I'm trying to remember, did you have an S-Craft back when we got to use you very briefly? I thought you didn't. Physical immunity? Okay, so she's the strongest character in the series, got it. It's, she's Tio. Very, very literally. She's actually just better Tio. Well, no, Tio's is better. The getting 2 blocks, or I think Kevin's was the same. That the 2 blocks is actually better than Magic Reflect, but at 200 CP, but I mean, we'll use her a little bit just to see her skills, but I don't necessarily think they're very good. That's pretty good. Oh yeah, I forgot she has that special weakness effect. And then you got my boy. You still have your like special half casting time, which actually is probably a little like, it's not as strong now as it was in the early game. Simply because you can have, well no, half casting time is different than half delay. Now that I think about it. So no, it's still really good. Granted, your cast times are a lot lower at this point, just due to having really high speed, but never expected this was gonna happen. Although with all the weird stuff our class has been through, maybe I should have more weirdness to close out the year. Me and Lammy got everyone's back, so this is gonna be easy. Let's go, go, go! Yeah, maybe. I've never seen anyone so excited about winding up in trouble like this. I guess it's just the way you guys are, though. Well, fine. I've got your back, so we might as well get going. The Great One, the first to be born and the last to stand. Perhaps whatever's going on here has something to do with the mystery surrounding us witches, too. But it doesn't matter, does it? That's our goal right now is to defeat it. That's simply what Class 7 does. They're not exactly easing up on our coursework, are they? There's no reason to leave it undone, though. I would feel wrong to leave the Academy with our work incomplete. Which is exactly why I have to see our class's final responsibility through to the end. Also, Machias. He has a tail. He has a fucking tail, dude. We're probably the only ones who can quiet the disturbance in here and get everything back to normal. So as soon as we're ready, we should move. I'm sure the winds and the goddess will show us the way. Looks like this will be our last mission. It's kind of a shame to put all this behind us when there's still so much we can get out of it. We gotta see this through, that's just who we are. I never guessed our class would be presented with one last trial. What a pleasant surprise. Perhaps I shouldn't be happy about that, but who am I to deny my own excitement? Either way, a trial stands before us. Let us overcome it as we always do and learn whatever lessons it has to teach. Didn't expect we'd have one more chance to fight together like this. I guess fate works in funny ways. If we tackle this just like we tackle everything, I'm sure it'll work out in the end. So let's do this and show everyone what a bright future we've got ahead of us. Here I was thinking my last day of school would be easy, laid back and simple. So much for that. Still as always, I'm your Arcus guy. If you need something, better get your requests in now. Life's giving me a chance to close out this year with a bang, so knock yourselves out. We'll be counting on you, George. You sell anything? Life loves to build up walls to halt our progress. Some might try and go around them, but I have a simple solution. Smash straight through. Come, my adorable kid. I'm not saying that. Let's show life that we can crush any wall that it dares to put in our path. The pillow? I knew the rumors circulating this place was full of mysteries, and none of them did it justice. I wish I investigated it more thoroughly while I was still here. So I'm guessing you investigated it some, then. Come to think of it, you attended Thor's, Milliam's attending now, and even the Chancellor was here once. No, Lecter went to a much cooler school. Was Lecter a student here too? No, actually. I hear he attended a famous school over in Librel instead. Really, I guess that explains how he seems so well informed on international affairs. He ended up having to withdraw partway through his time there, so he wasn't able to graduate. What I've heard, he had quite a colorful life as a student. I believe he even served as the school's student council president. To be fair, it was more of in name only. What? Yeah, I totally don't see it. I don't think he could be any less like Toa if he tried. You'd be surprised, he may act flippant, but he's a very considerate young man. I got a phone call from him just last night actually. He said all of 2 sentences were hanging right up too. Trying to take things too seriously is gonna have the opposite effect of what you want, you know? Just try talking to him and tell him how you really feel without feeling the need to control the situation. Wow. Maybe you're right, he must have worked out exactly what was going on between us. That's Lecter for you. I doubt even he was able to predict what would happen here though. Area Ran is clearly one where the common sense rules we're used to don't apply. But if you can make it through it, Ren, you've overcome impossible odds so many times before. And I'll be right there with you to overcome this one. Thanks, Claire. I'm glad to have you with us. Before we go, there is one thing we have to do first, though. And I mean, you already know. Has dialogue updated? Has dialogue updated? Okay, maybe not. Or have. I'm gonna drop the stuff up for another. Wait, this seems different? She's totally hopeless. How can anyone her age have so. Oh no, dialogue has updated! There is. I mean, it's not the most fitting talking to people music, but. Okay. But we still probably have another several hours left. I think it's about time for the Wind Orchestra's performance to begin. That'll make the market feel even more lively. Sorry about, Elliot not letting you do your final performance. There's so many rare and unique curios here that I'm not even sure where to start looking. I mean, I do like this track a lot, but it does not fit with what we're doing in the slightest. I'll have to see if there's anything that meets my high standards of beauty. I have 500,000 mirror to spend, of my father's money, of course. This is a flea market, as I imagine the concept has its roots in something like Keldic's Grand Market. We know we should take it upon ourselves to enjoy the culture of the common folk, so this is certainly an appropriate place. More than anything, though, I'm relieved at how incredibly affordable everything is. Honestly, I'm like, actually, speaking of being relieved, I'm relieved that this is like a longer section than it seemed like it was going to be at first. Because it does mean that I don't have to rush and try and finish the game today. Also, what is the thing I can interact with here? I mean, there's you, but is Mishi alive? Mishi? Welcome one and welcome all to this fine stall provided by the generous merchants of Trista. We've got bargains on items of all shapes and sizes. You'd be missing out if you didn't at least come and take a gander. Take all the time you need to browse our wares. Flea markets are wonderful things. No matter how purchase heavy my daughter gets, it shouldn't hurt my wallet too much. What's more, this should make for some fine material for my travel book. Wonder how much that cat costume costs. Perhaps a few tens of thousands a mirror, perhaps? You can only imagine the looks on everyone's face if I attended a high society gathering dressed in that. Who would walk around in a cat costume? Oh, so we're right even for now. Don't you worry. I swear on me pride as a merchant as Celtic that I'll top you in the end. That's what I like to hear. I have to say though, Sounds like all the competing we've done over the past year has helped me be an even savvier businessman than before. So thanks, Becky. I hope we can keep this relationship going in the future as well. Where did that come from? Oh, you can't just say things like that out of the blue, you adults. Ah, what's with him all of a sudden? Either way, he's got nothing coming if things don't go easy on him now. Meeting Becky here at the Academy helped me grow as a merchant, no doubt. I personally hope that we can keep motivating each other for as much time as we have together. Look at Hugo and Becky over there, they sure are fired up. Can't let them sweep up all the sales, I gotta move some product myself. Do you sell anything? No? Marketplace established with the kindness and generosity of Trista citizens. What a wonderful occasion this is. And what better place for me to be spreading my music of love. Do stop by and listen for a while. I mean, they are playing a banger, it sounds like. We're just getting ready to start our performance. It's my last chance to do this at the Academy, so I want to make sure I do it right. We'll make things work while you're away, Elliot, so don't sweat it. Thanks, you, Belle. I'll be back before you miss me. I tried to get Uncle Makarov to come along, but he refused in the end. Lame. Oh, well, that doesn't mean I won't have plenty of chances to make the sparks really fly between him and Instructor Mary. Gotta focus on playing well for Hubel and Elliot right now anyway. You're too kind. Wait, that sounded off key. I can't judge you. I don't know how to play nothing either. Knock 'em dead up there, Bridget. I'll be cheering you on all along the way. Also, once you're done, maybe we could say no more. I was thinking the same thing. Oh, I trust you'll be up for having a look around the market and getting some food once we have the time. You bet! Plenty of stuff to look forward to today. Can't believe you came over here just to cheer me on. I suppose we'll just have to make this the most fantastic performance we can. Hate to embarrass myself in front of my boyfriend, after all. What do you mean you can't believe he came? I mean, it seems like the most, like... Of course you would do that. Just another step on the long road to becoming a man worthy of her. Anybody on the second level? I didn't think about there potentially being anybody up here when we came here earlier. Oh no, I brought too much stuff all over again, all because it was cheap. Now I'm out of money for the entire month. Couldn't be me. Oh dear, look at my purchase. I don't think I need actually half of these things. Wait, I know, I can just donate them to the next flea market. I'm such a genius. I'm really glad I could spend my final free day participating in an event like this. It feels like a good way to bring my 2 years at the Academy to an end. Oh, we should have talked to the principal after we, did, what's his name? Patrick's quest? It's not much longer now before the second years all graduate and move on. Once today's behind us, the rest of the year is going to go by in a flash. So make sure you spend some quality time with them while you have it. Look away for a minute and they'll be gone. Lisa and I are about to settle this girl once and for all, and this had to come up and ruin it. I swear, Class 7 always finds a way to stand between us. So watch over in my stead, alright? Emily really needs to learn to simmer down someday, I swear. Then again, who am I to say I'm any different? Bring it on! Take care of Elisa for me, alright? She's my best friend and greatest rival, so if she suffers any injury while she's out there, you shall suffer the same tenfold. Here we go, time for a little match between the first and second years. This will be the last time we pick up lacrosse sticks as store students, so we better go out with a bang. Do me a favor and tell Lisa to get back here as soon as she can, will ya? Lacrosse has basically been a constant in our lives so far, so I'll be happy to have it stay that way. Whatever Emily's up for, I'm up for too. It's not my style to sit around on the sidelines where other people are having fun. This will be our final match at Thor, so let's make it the best one we'll ever play. Class 7 really does have a way of getting pulled into crazy situations, doesn't it? Just make sure you come back safe, okay, Eustace? Until we got a proper race against each other, you're mine, so don't get yourself killed or anything. I accept your challenge, but I hope you're ready to lose. Well, have you know, I'm as swift as a cat now. Class 7 really does have a way of getting pulled into crazy situations. We'll be heading out for our highway ride very shortly. Do try and catch up with us once you're ready, Eustace. Rest assured, my business with the chess club shouldn't take any longer than other miscellany I have to take care of as well. That's our Eustace, very well. I've never had to say that word out loud before. The flowers look like they're cheering you all on as well. Even if I don't know exactly what you have to face, I know you have it in you to persevere. Good luck, everyone, and give my regards to Fee.
Oh, I could probably fish here.
Thanks to Kenneth's help, I no longer need to worry about my arranged marriage, but even so, what do I do from here? I imagine my parents will be furious about this. It might be best not to return home for a while. Ah, come on, you probably don't need to worry about it that much. Times like these, you just gotta stay calm and composed, just like when you're fishing. That's a good way to look at it. There's something relaxing about seeing Kenneth act the way he always does. I've tasked here again with reporting back to my parents, so that's one less thing to worry about. There really is no greater joy than being able to fish your worries away. Ugh, today I'm taking it nice and easy. Yeah, I got a lot I need to sort out for next month, but everybody needs a lazy day once in a while, and the best sort of lazy days always involve fishing. Glad Annabelle and my brother worked out things in the end. Now that's taken care of, it's time for a little fishing. I really can't take my eyes off her for a second. Being the elder sister is suffering. I was only born a few minutes earlier before she was too. Oh, but you're so good at being the big sister. She's gonna be just like this all the way through her second year too. I know it. Which means I got another year to keep reining her in. This is our last free day of the year, so we've got to spend it together. It's my last chance to pull some pranks so great that they'll cement this year in people's memories as the year of Vivi. Vivi, will you ever grow up? Hey, I'm running out of time to pull first year pranks here. I gotta do something that'll really stick with people. Maybe I'll start by proposing to every single student at the academy, both male and female. As Linda, of course. Don't you dare! Maybe you could try creating a large barrier around the old schoolhouse and forcing people to go in with a promise of it being the revelation of the ultimate secret, but then it's actually just like a joke at the end. All the books that had their publications suspended during the war are starting to be sold now. I'm going to have to get all kinds of new ones in for the students starting here during the next academic year. Perhaps I should try and get a wider variety of general interest ones too. Mysterious Book Girl. I made my way through the books I borrowed yesterday in no time at all. And it felt like so long since I've been able to read a newly published book that I just couldn't stop myself. Stories truly are wonderful things. That they are, lady, that they are. Oh, somebody's over here. I'm writing for so long that my writing hand's starting to get a bit heavy. That sort of made me wonder why I'm even here too. Everyone else is out there having fun. Maybe I should try doing some things that aren't related to studying too. Nerd. Anybody else outside? Because that's everybody outside. Guess we'll do student union and engineering. What's that? You got yourself dragged into trouble again? Well, make sure you've had a good meal before you try taking it on. No better place to take care of that need than here either. We're the best cafeteria around, we're cheap, and we're darn tasty. How could we refuse? Make sure you have a good meal before you try taking on whatever it is. No better place to take care of that need than here either. I think it's about time I headed off to see the others. I need to make the most of my last day with all the second years in our club. Hate to admit it, but I'm kind of jealous of her. Maybe I should have joined the club after all. Not too late to join one when you're a second year, right? Maybe I should then. We work almost the whole year round without much in the way of breaks, so I think it's time Samantha and I take a few days off after today to go on a nice little vacation. But I'm sure we'll just end up thinking back on all the fond memories you've made with the students here. Been a while since I've seen the academy so full of life. I think I'll be all fired up too, so if you need any weapons, just let me know. This store has always got your back. I just got word, one of the love stories I submitted got an honorable mention. They even said they wanted to run it in their magazine when spring comes around. I tell you the truth, I'm shocked. This almost feels too good to be true. I don't plan on wasting this opportunity either. Now that I'm a professional, I have a duty to make sure that literature remains a key part of Erebonian culture. Of course, I also plan on making sure that my interests are properly represented in said literature. I'm a professional now. I can't let this opportunity die on the vine. For myself and all the other maidens in Temeria. Emma, control your girl. This is the last chance our clubs will even have to compete, so even if I'm alone, there's no way I'll lose. Well, I guess told me too much for me to lose now. Watch and learn. Monkey has worked hard to help me make me a better chess player. I'm not going to squander that. Well, you really have become a master at this game. Will you be free to help us soon? Perhaps later. I expect you to hold out until then. This will be our final match as members of the upper class chess club. All in all, we're basically drawn at this point after all our games this year. For my pride as a noble, I refuse to lose. You really are great at taking pictures of expressions, and not just the expressions of people either. I don't think I have to worry about leaving the club with you after I've graduated. Darn right, I'll make this the best club ever. The club room with so pics of cute girls you won't be able to see the frickin' walls. Never mind, I'm still worried. I'm really glad that Rex ended up joining this club. He's even gotten better at taking pictures of things that aren't cute girls. I suppose even the war has a silver lining. Gotta pray that someone who can keep him in check will join the club once I'm gone. Sure, the war's over. That doesn't mean I have to give up my dream of being a war photographer. I can just go start a new war. There are tons of great photos out there just waiting to be taken. So many babes in the world still tragically unphotographed. Poets finished passing all our work over to us. That means tomorrow will officially mark the beginning of a new chapter for the Student Council. Good luck, I'll be rooting for you. We won't let you down. This is Toa's last day as our Student Council President. I hope we'll be okay without her. You'll be fine, I just know it. You're all wonderfully capable people. If you put your minds to it, you can make this academy an even better place than it is now. Alright, if you're so good as a president, what's my name? Oh, you don't know? I'm just a student council member to you? Alright, so I see how it is. To tell you the truth, we still haven't decided who the next student council president's going to be. There just isn't anyone here who's good enough to be Toa's successor. Hope you find someone in next week's elections, though. I'm so curious to see how they go. Following in Toa's footsteps sure isn't going to be easy. Come on. Reen's got nothing else better to do at this time now. He's not gonna have any friends either, because they all abandoned him. Almost makes me feel bad for him. Too bad. Still a little mad about the whole going to crossbow stuff. I mean, I guess we'll just go ahead and knock out all... Well, I don't know. Should I... Can I go to Trista? Just out of curiosity. They will let us go to Trista. I assume Trista also has its dialogue updated. Yes, you do. Yeah, I got pay really close attention so I can impress her with my super smart brain. Can't wait till she gets here. We'll save Trista for a later time. I do wonder if we should maybe, like, save... Maybe we'll save the talking in Trista for another video? We don't really have time to start the combat stuff yet, though. We can knock out main building, then next video we'll do some combat until we get to... They mentioned there was like a warp point where we could come back. Then we'll do Trista dialogue. So that it's not just, you know, all talking for 2 videos or all combat for a few videos. The entire faculty is looking forward to the start of a new year. I wonder what sort of new students will come to liven up the Academy's hallways. It wouldn't be great for the Academy's newly sterling image if something were to happen on your last free day. I want you to promise you that you'll all return fully intact and in high spirits, no matter what. Got it? Your family really wants to push you into an arranged marriage, huh? I guess being a noble is rougher than I thought. Guess when I started to feel like I really had a job worth doing, too. I feel as though settling down would just be throwing all that away. I think I would regret that for the rest of my life. But what do you think about all this? Well, if you ask me, I'd say you should do what you want to do. Follow your heart and all that. If you want me to take a side, I feel like you quitting would be a real waste. You'd be missed, too. Really? Yeah, I mean, you know, don't take that the wrong way or anything. Just listening to you, I felt, I just didn't want you to leave, I guess. Minsoy taking a liking to you too. That sounds like I'm just using her as an excuse to get what I want, but yeah. Thank you, Makarov. I think I finally made up my mind. Anyway, while we're both here, would you like to join me for some coffee? I'd like to discuss my lesson plans for the next academic year. Sure, why not? I decided I will go against my parents' wishes and formally cancel my arranged marriage. I'll be starting my second year as an instructor next month. My career is only just beginning. Finally, I'll be just another teacher and not a new one. With Instructor Makarov's support, I know I'll be able to give the job my all. Aw, crap, when you get here. Look, do me a favor and keep this a secret from Mint, okay? The last thing she needs is more fuel for this cozy romantic fire she's got burning for us inside her head. Sir, what are you doing? Neidhart, buddy, you want to join us? No, they didn't get around to making your combat skills and stuff yet? Alright. We're well aware that something's going on at the old schoolhouse. We're leaving that to you. The principal and I can more than handle the academy in the meantime. I wish you all the best of luck. Thank you, sir. Hard to believe the last happening at the old schoolhouse was only a few months ago. Nonetheless, best of luck to you all. Go and do yourselves proud. I have to admit, I expected the old schoolhouse had already been plumbed of all its secrets. Still, given that you are stalwart investigators there all through the year, I'm sure you will be in good hands. Or this will be in good hands. As for those of you who are kind enough to assist Class 7, I hope that you lend them a watchful eye and helping hand. Kids are real troublemakers, so I'll do what I can. Have you gotten yourselves into trouble again? I swear your knack for it is practically supernatural. And don't think it's a compliment either. It's something you need to fix. We're sorry about that, but you don't need to worry about us. We're at the center of this, so we're going to see it through to the end, and come right back, safe and sound. Well, when you put it that way, I have no constructive criticism to give. Remember, you promised to return safely. I expect you to honor those words. And never forget to conduct yourself with the pride and dignity expected of a student of Thor's. Margarita's dogged refusal to give up is always been one of her strong points, if you ask me. Personally, I think y'all would do well to follow her example in my post-graduation life. Hope Million will come and join us when she's done with, whatever she's up to. You're off in the space-time dimension to uncover the ancient secret of, the Zemurian civilization? At first, I was disappointed when Vincent said he couldn't get married to me right now. But then I took a moment to think about what that means. One day, we will get married, so I need to focus on becoming the best bride possible so I'm ready for him when the big day finally arrives. Poor Vincent, there's no way to win against the Queen of Misinterpretation. Vincent not being ready for marriage just gives me more time to finally become a more fitting bride for him. As soon as I graduate, I'll run to his side and start arranging the ceremony. Wait for me, darling. I see you're getting yourselves involved in yet another mess. Not like I care, just don't bother me on your way back. What you decide to do is none of my business. Unless you decide to disturb me, then it's very much my business, and that's a business I'd like to burn down, so don't. Okay. Now, if we wanted to be really insane, we could come back with all the appropriate characters to get their extra dialogue. I don't know if we're gonna do that. Maybe if I think about it when we come back to do Trista dialogue. Ah, hello. What are you guys doing here?
My. Who would have imagined even more marvelous mysteries still lurked within the old schoolhouse? What a delight! Why, I can hardly stop myself from heading in there to take a little peek.
I mean, the gang's all there. You can join if you want, Thomas.
That might not be the best idea right now. There's no telling what could happen in there.
Oh, come now, I was only kidding. I wouldn't dream of rushing in to steal the thrill of discovery for myself. But, all joking aside, I take it you finished reading those deciphered passages from the black records I gave you, Reen?
Oh, look at those eyes. Yeah, I've read it. I mean, honestly, we didn't really learn that much. I mean, the dragon stuff is new. Unfortunately, I already knew it, but...
Huh? Well, sure, I looked through them, but why do you ask?
Why is Rosine being here, or Rosine being here is the main thing that's fishy to me.
And what's Rosine doing here anyway?
Well...
Questions, so many questions. Please, allow me to elucidate.
Could it be that, I mean, if he is a...
What's going on? This is just like when I called out to Valimar that first time.
To put it simply, I've created a partition of sorts.
Uh-huh.
The three of us standing here within are the only ones who can even sense it. Meanwhile, those outside remain blissfully unaware of its existence. We have all the time in the world for a little heart-to-heart.
Well, actually, the video was supposed to end after I finished up the 2 last NPC lines of dialogue, but...
Just who the hell are you? And you too, Rosine. Why are you wearing your habit all of a sudden?
Now, Thomas was obviously, like, you know, more to him than met the eye. Rosine did not see that coming in the slightest.
Starting off with the basics, I see. Perfectly fine by me. Who the hell am I indeed?
Okay, he is.
My formal ties are to the Septian Church, as a member of the Gralsritter.
As soon as she saw that, I was like, because I mean, I had thought, you know, I think I mentioned that, like, okay, mysterious member. He's probably not Ouroboros, so really the only other option is being a Grail Knight. And once I saw Rosine there, that was the first thing I thought, is that, you know, okay, so he's a Grail Knight, she's his squire.
Second among the Dominion, in fact. I stand at the right hand of our leader, and am known by some as the Partitioner. But you already know my real name, of course. I've never hidden that from you. I am and shall always be Thomas Lysander.
I'm a squire, tasked with supporting him in the execution of his duties. You could say I'm an apprentice knight of the Gralsritter.
What? Hold on. What? The Gralsritter? Do they have something to do with the Congregation for the Sacraments Scarlet was talking about?
That they do, Reen. We're a secret sect of the Congregation, an unseen face. Our organization's existence isn't known to the wider world, nor should it be.
Our primary purpose is to gather and seal away dangerous artifacts. But every once in a blue moon, it becomes necessary to undertake covert operations like this one.
I guess I shouldn't be surprised. To be honest, I felt like there was something off about you for a while now. You were able to decipher the Black Records, for one. Your knowledge and abilities go way beyond the average instructors. But even still, I never would have guessed you were connected to something this large scale. And with all that in mind, what do you want with me? Why tell me all of this now? Have you finally decided to step out from the shadows and interfere?
That's not quite it.
Perish the thought, Reen. What happens in the old schoolhouse is out of our jurisdiction. Always has been. The way things stand brings to mind a few parallels with Liberl's Phantasma trouble, but I doubt this is nearly as dangerous.
Okay, I get it. That sentence means less than nothing, Noreen.
After we're done here, I'll be glad to let you tackle that on your own. Me, I'm only here for a little talk with you. After all, you are an Awakener, possessor of a fragment of the Great Power. And that means we have matters to discuss.
Now, the phrasing here. When he says possessor of a fragment of the Great Power, is he referring to Valamor, or is he referring to his, is ogre form actually the canon name for what Reen does? Because I hate that phrase, by the way. I think it's kind of dumb. Or it doesn't sound that cool. I think that spirit unification is supposed to be the fragment of the Great Power. I think that's what they're going for. And him having a fragment would also explain why McBurn can do the same thing.
This should come as no surprise, but the trouble facing this land is far from over. Oh, it may seem to have passed for now.
Maybe the Great Power was sealed away in various families and as a curse and is passed down or something. Or maybe not curse, but you know.
But this peace is merely a simple respite. The most crucial moment stands silent in the wings, waiting to unfurl before us. The Chancellor never stops spinning his webs, and while he may have repelled Ouroboros for now, they will be back. Mark my words. And there's not a doubt in my mind that you'll have an important role to play in what's to come. That's why I thought it would be worthwhile to make a formal introduction and ask for your cooperation. So, what say you?
Cooperation with what?
Sir, if I may, you might want to ease him into this a little more gently. It's quite a lot to take in at once. Reen, I want you to know we're not here to scare you or to make an enemy of you. We don't mean to pressure you into a response either. For now, our intent is just to remain here and keep an eye on things. So if there's ever anything you need our help with, we're here for you. Just ask and we'll do whatever we can.
Can Thomas join the party and help me go spelunking? No? You can't help me then.
Thanks, Rosine. You're right, too. This is a lot to take in at once. I'm not really sure how to respond. I guess at the very least, I can tell you're not my enemies. But by the same token, that doesn't necessarily make you my allies either. So, no promises.
I understand completely, Reen. And for the time being, that's perfectly fine. But to return to an earlier topic, those black records you found are actually of particular interest as historical artifacts. As far as I can tell, their purpose was to record the true history of the Divine Knights. Given that recovering artifacts like those is our job, well, if you happen to find any more, do pass them along to us, would you? I'll give you transcripts of everything I can decipher, of course. Given what you've read so far, I'm sure you must be curious.
I'll give it some thought.
Okay.
Huh? Huh? Huh?
What the? Well, do take care, everyone. I'll be praying for you.
Of course you will.
Oh, we got an achievement. Please do take care. I will be praying for your safety. My, who would have imagined that a more wonderful mystery still lurked within the old schoolhouse? Now I'm even more fascinated as to what else might be waiting inside. That's a interesting scene. Didn't, him being a ground... Because, really, there's only so many things he could potentially have been, at least among organizations we're aware of. It was either Thomas is going to be related to something we don't know, or he's probably a Grail Knight. The only reason I didn't like completely suspect it was because he hadn't really shown too much like churchiness prior to this, so... No, the Rosine didn't suspect her in the slightest until basically right the second that we talked to Thomas and she was with him. That kind of cemented in my head that he was a Grail Knight then, because that's the only like reason I could think of her being with him, is if she's his squire. What a shock, you've gotten yourselves into trouble again, haven't you? Honestly, what is it with your class? It's happened so often that I can barely muster an exasperated sigh at this point. You don't need to worry about my brother. Indeed, he'll have us as his guardian angel, so he'll be perfectly fine. Damn you, Schwarzer. Some guys have all the luck. You got some strange ideas about luck. Honestly, what is it with your class? I won't stand for my rows being taken up with some freak accident, though, so I expect you all to return unharmed. Is that clear? Oh, they won't let me teleport away. Maybe there can be like another scene as we leave? There is, okay.
Are you really sure that was for the best? I'm afraid you might have made him even more wary of us.
Oh, that was exactly my intent. I need him to start acting with a little greater awareness of his place in a world that's more precarious than he takes it for. That is, if we intend to unravel the mysteries of the two septarians that once graced this hallowed land.
Now, I assume you're talking about like two that were specific to Erebonia? Not the two that we already know about and are gone?
And beyond that, the secrets of the system fashioned by the witches and gnomes. The 7 divine knights.
7? The you know, the sacred number, of course.
Osborne being dead set on locking down our activity certainly doesn't help matters either.
So ones we know. Valimar, Ordine, the Palatine, Vermilion. Those are the only 4 that we definitively know of. I'm trying to think of any, like... Because, I mean, I thought it was possible that the Sandlot lady would also have had one, but they didn't mention it in the Black Records, and I feel like that would have been mentioned. So I guess she just, you know, probably fought on her own. And that would make sense if Aryan Road is supposed to still be the Sandlot, why she doesn't have one.
The Roaring Lion should be able to take care of Western Erebonia on his own.
Okay, so we know who that is now. Or kind of. We know that's Gaius's priest.
But there's certainly no harm in working to strengthen our foothold on this side of the Empire as well. Our work will not be easy, Rosine. Be mindful of that.
Yes, sir. Well, if you'll excuse me, the children are waiting.
So, you know, previously I've said everyone with staves are evil. What about everyone with glasses? I mean, you might be saying, what about Machias? You telling me that Machias isn't going to grow up to be evil? Come on. Let's be real. I mean, I guess he's not evil per se, but you know, people with glasses are not to be trusted, I guess is maybe a better way to phrase it. I think that's fair. I don't know. Have there been any trustworthy glasses people? Emma, she wears glasses, not to be trusted. At least not in the first game, but... Alright, I guess next time we will go do old schoolhouse stuff. Now that we're... I mean, I guess we're done with the Black Record stuff now? Maybe? Possibly? We'll see. I'm Extra Cheesy 87. Stay tuned for the next part. And bye, guys.